Merhaba guys, it is Vijay Sandala. Today I'm gonna talk about history of Germany between First World War and Second World War. Uh, so I have a guest. Hi Flo.
Hello, Göktuğ.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm Florian and I study history at the University of Bayreuth and I'm a master student here.
Yes. He is master student.
Yeah.
I find him and I said we should interview together.
Yeah, I was really nervous about this. So.
Yeah. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you so much.
I have some question about the history of Germany for you. And are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are. So.
Yeah, thank you so much to come again. Okay. Actually, the most of people in Turkey and in the world curious that between First World War and Second World War, the condition in Germany. But I have 5 questions to you. My first question is, after the First World War, how were agreements between Germany and other nations?
Okay.
Nations. Sorry.
So as you maybe know, in November 1918, the war ended. There was a ceasefire in November, and the peace treaty was signed 1919 between the German Reich and the other nations like France, Great Britain, Japan, China, Poland, Russia, and so on, and was ratified in 1920. And there were a lot of conditions in this peace treaty, and for example, there was a high reduction of the army of Germany, so they were just allowed to have 150,000 soldiers, which has been a really slow, really not slow, low, really low number in for that time, and they also lost a lot of territory. And within this territory, of course, population, which you also need for recruiting soldiers or employing people. And they also lost a lot of resources, like the northwestern part of Germany, they lost a really important territory, which there were a lot of resources, like iron and coals. And there was also one thing which bothered the German politician a lot. Like there was like one sentence that said like the German Reich or the German nation had the sole responsibility for the war, that the war started.
For example, is there any agreement between Germany and another countries? Germany can't open a factory.
No, there were not such kind of things in this, as far as I know, because I never read the whole treaty, so it's really important to. I'm not an expert on the Treaty on Versailles, and I'm also not an expert on the First World War. But as far as I know, there were not so many direct economic restrictions. Of course, Germany had to pay a lot of like war debts to the other nations because they lost the war. I think it's a really common thing since ages
Also,
that they lost. You
okay.
also had to pay a lot.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay. My second question for Flo, what about conditions in Germany?
The conditions in Germany were not so good, to be honest. And
I can guess.
That was quite bad actually, because they lost, of course, millions of soldiers, and it's really hard to get to this number. It's so high, millions of people just died, and of course it's devastating for a nation or for any nation. And there was also the people were starving because the last winters were kind of cold, and the British fleet blocked the sea, so there was not enough supply for the population. And there were also in the 1910s miscalculations of the economy, of the agrarian economy of the German politicians, and all that led to like a starvation or partly starvation of the population. And Yeah, there was also they changed the political system. So before you had a monarchy with the one king, the King
Yes.
William II, and now they had founded the Weimar Republic, and the people didn't get used to it. So and you had also like political riots within Germany and like a how to say national mistrust, misbelief, or like devastation among the people. I don't know whether I use the right words, but the conditions they weren't so good.
Also, has these conditions, the totally destroyed cities, and it's my guess just.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you say that because it's actually not so true for Germany because when the war ended, the German soldiers they were still standing in France. So mainly the Germans destroyed the cities of France, but there were not so many destroyed cities in Germany actually. So it's really interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the image we have sometimes.
Do you mean after the First World War, Germany didn't destroy it totally, right?
You mean?
Germany wasn't destroyed.
No. It's not like in the Second World War we have like this bombardments in Germany, like Hamburg, Dresden is really famous for this. But we don't have this in the First World War. The most German cities were perfectly intact. So you have a lot of destruction on the French side because of the Germans. So,
okay, I got it. Yeah, it is I think the most common mistake because I always imagine Germany was destroyed after the First World War. So, okay, thank you, Flo.
Welcome.
And my third question is, what have German politicians done to re-establish Germany?
Yeah, so at first they tried to let this new republic work, of course, and they tried to establish like a re-trust in Germany, so that folks, especially that especially people invest in Germany again, and they were looking for Americans, which Americans who would build up factories in Germany, and they also had a lot of talks with the British and the French so that they could reduce the war debts. And they were quite successful with that. So they didn't have, the amount was really high in the beginning, but they could reduce the amount of the war debts all the time a little bit. So they had to pay less actually than they would have done before. So
okay, it's okay. Thank you. And the first question: do you have any word that Germans should have done, but they didn't? To look better.
I think the main point between the First World War and the Second World War was like that the Weimar Republic they failed, as we all know, and you have like the rise of Adolf Hitler, and I think there was some strong mistrust maybe in the democratic republic, and maybe they should have trusted more and more in this institution.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay, actually, you said Hitler, I thought that, okay, we should take a video for Hitler later.
Yeah, we can do that, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, guys, subscribe me. Coming, this video coming. Okay, and my 5 question is, do you have any word that it was good German did this to be developed country again?
I think it's good that they worked again and developed Germany again, and they like worked hard. But as we all know, it didn't work out so well in the end. So I think it's always good to change something, but you shouldn't change it to worse, because the First World War indirectly led to the Second World War, which is also some reasons. For example, the Treaty of Versailles was not so was not so seen fair for the Germans. So it's arguable whether it's fair or not fair. So it's a really great to start a really important discussion. So I think it's always good to, if you lose a war, no matter which ones fall, to re-establish a nation, but it shouldn't lead to nationalist movements like it did in Germany. It's really sad, I think, for me. They had this good democratic opportunity to have their own democratic republic, and they fucked it up in the end, so sadly.
Okay. Okay, and my questions is finished now, and thank you to join me.
Thank you so much. It's really interesting.
It was good?
Yeah.
Okay. And thank you to watching my videos. I hope it will be helpful for everybody. And see you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And guys, I wanna add that if you have any question, please write in comment. We will be happy answering about this topic. Thank you so much to watch us. Goodbye again.